Da-dee-da, Maria. All right. We're cooking, baby. Oh, we look good. Oh, yeah, we do. All right. We got 22 people deep. Let's get some more people in here, and then we're going to, you know what time it is? I don't even got to say it. It's already been said. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's get some comments going while we're building up the, let's get some good momentum here. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, what up, Jack? Bring that science. Okay. We're going to get weird. I'll bring some science. Just left the gym. Good. Yeah, I got to get back in the gym, man. I haven't been going to the gym. I was committed for about a year and a half, and then I actually got stabbed right here in the arm. I wish it was like a cool story with like a knife fight, but it wasn't. It was a wine glass, right? And the stem of the wine glass. Okay, get this shit. So I'm at work. We're busy. All right. Mid-dinner rush. All right. I'm a fucking waiter. Oh, I'm waiting tables this night. And I'm polishing the glass, and it was a clean break, and the stem of the wine glass went right into my arm. Like, I'm not kidding you. It was like fucking blood just and it was pretty crazy. And we're slammed too. And I was like just sitting there, like I grab it, I hold it tight, but like all these people sitting at the bar area were just like, the guy's like this with his beer. He's like, he goes, I'll have another. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, so ever since then, about 4 months ago, I couldn't really bend my wrist well. So I just haven't been back in the gym. But it is important, okay? Got to get up there. Get those. I'm not trying to get huge. I don't care about that. I just like to be, look, when you look good. I mean, when you feel good, you look good. And when you look good, you feel good. All right, we got enough people in here. Red Leather Podcast, your grandma's favorite podcast, your uncle's favorite podcast, Susan Sarandon's favorite podcast, allegedly. We're gonna have fun. If you're new here, I'm gonna let some of you guys jump on stream with me. Let's get some comments out of the way first. Let's have a little fun here, warm up, and then I'll put the link out and you guys can jump on and we'll talk some shit. What's up, Jack? Got to show my love for the content. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Stomp the Elites is in here, one of my Patreon members. I appreciate all you guys in the Patreon. It means the world to me. I actually got a funny story for you. What's up, YZTC? He's been here since like shit. I might have like 1,000 followers when he came in. Real quick before I get to your comments. So I've been trying to get back into back into stand up, right? Because where I live in South Florida, it's not stand up ain't popping. Like, when's the last time you've been to a fucking open mic for rookies? Anybody in here? Anyone? Probably you haven't. So I start doing my research and I'm looking out. And the place I originally started doing it at, where I live in West Palm, was the Improv. And they used to have those everywhere, but that closed down. So I'm like, okay, well, that's not looking good. So I find like all 10 comedians, stand-up people that do it in this area. And I found them pretty quickly. And so I hit up this. Oh, and then I remembered I had got this flyer. Listen to this shit. You're going to love this one. So I get this flyer, right, from this guy, me and my girl on a date. And this dude comes walking by and just, boom, flyer right in my hand. Just bombards me with a flyer. He's like, hey, open mic night, taco place upstairs. And I'm like, oh, all right, thanks, man. And he had a really weird name on it, on the flyer. So I kind of remembered the name. So as I was looking for comedians in this area, he popped up. I was like, that's the guy. So I go to his page and he's getting like, and I don't judge people on like their metrics, like their numbers. I respond to everybody. If you DM me, chances are I'm talking to you on Instagram, wherever, on YouTube. So I don't care about your numbers. I don't judge people by that. But I see he's getting very low engagement on his posts, maybe like 20 likes, 10 likes. So I DM him and I go, wait for this. I DM this fucking guy and I go, hey, you gave me a flyer about an open mic night recently. And I was wondering if you could tell me where the open mics are at. It looks like you're in the mix. Um, so I'll let that go. I check it the next day, right? And I go back to the messages. I'm thinking he's going to get back to me because he just posted something too. So I look at it and it just says seen, like it's been read. No, no response. So I go, okay, maybe he saw it and he's just going to get back to me. Another day goes by. This motherfucker, 10 likes on his last post, leaves me on red. And I'm not saying I'm some big hot shot, but I'm like, am I missing something? You bombard me with a flyer, okay, about an open mic night. I reach out to you about it, and then you leave me on red? Is this how you conduct yourself? This is how we conduct ourselves in society. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm frozen right now. Okay, we're back. Anyways, the motherfucker leaves me on red. So I wait another day. I go back. I'm still on red. So I already had found by now this comedy entertainment company that's running these open mics, and he's fucking part of the business. He's running as one of the members. So I just reach back to him. I just type back. I go, cool, appreciate all the help, man. And then he finally gets back to me and he's like, oh yeah, we do open mic on this night. And I'm like, bro, you better hope you don't go up in front of me before I get on stage because I'm gonna get weird with it. And I'm gonna nice guy. I'm not gonna like start shit, but I'm gonna definitely let everybody know. Like, good luck reaching out to this dude. Anyways, this guy goes, yo, Jack, started watching you last week. Good shit. Killing it on the board too. Yeah, I got some skate skills. I'm all right. CDK, rock and roll birth control. Okay, that's good. Let me see. Yeah, he fucking ghosted me. I swear to God. And then I reach out to the actual comedy page that runs these open mic nights, and it's like, DM us to sign up. So I DM them to sign up. And this page is getting even less traffic. No comments, like 10 likes. And like I said, I'm not trying to judge you off your likes. I'm just saying, if I can respond to 500 comments on a fucking YouTube post, you should be able to handle a DM. And you're running a business here. I'm like, what happened to customer service? Am I tripping? Or I don't know. I think I'm not tripping. I'm going to roast them when I go up, though. But basically, I want to know. I want to sign up ahead of time because I'm not going to post it on my social, on Instagram and on YouTube and say, hey, come see me if I'm not even going to be able to go up. That makes no sense. Next, because like one time I had this happen. Check this out. When I first started doing stand-up, I had like a huge skateboard following before Instagram. And so I went up to this open mic guy. I did a few open mics. I did really well every time. So they kept inviting me back. And so I go, hey, will you guys, usually it's 5-minute sets. So I go, hey, will you give me 10 minutes if I get like 50 people to show up? And the guy goes, 50 people? He goes, bro, you get 50 people, we'll give you 10 minutes. I had like 80 people show up. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. But luckily I didn't bomb because I bombed the show after that. My jokes did not translate. Imagine like 80 people show up for you and you just eat shit. You suck. Just trying out some new material. It's like they're not all gonna hit. Oh, Lucifer. Wow. The devil himself. What's up, brother? Thanks for the $20, man. It means a lot. It looks like you've been doing a binge on my content. I see you in the comments. All right. Missouri in the house. Damn right. Damn right. What else we got? Let me leave that up while I get some other comments. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to send out the link in a moment. Let some of you guys pop in live with me. Let me see. Definitely want to call in and share my story. Of course, BK, you can call in. I'm going to send that link out very shortly here. What's up? You're new here? Cool, man. Welcome, brother. Get on in here. All right. We're having a good time. So we had Tom Green in here in our town last week. That's cool, man. Tom Green. You know what's crazy about Tom Green? I don't know if I left the video up or not. I might have took it down. But I did a video about Tom Green. He was like the first person to do a podcast, basically, like his own podcast, like a Joe Rogan type thing. And I had this clip of Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan started his in like 2009, his podcast. But he was on Tom Green's podcast in 2007. Listen to this shit. And on the show, this might still be up on my channel. You go to my first videos. The thumbnail will be Tom Green and Joe Rogan, if it's still there. So Joe Rogan's like on the set and he's like, this is it. He's like, this is it. We need to figure out how to make money from this. And I was like, that's the moment he realized he's going to do that. So anyways, I thought that was cool. Tom Green set it off. Tom Green's always been ahead of the game. Let's see. Drake says, I listen to you at work while I'm busting my balls. That's good, man. I'm glad I could be there while you're busting your balls up, brother. I'm really glad I could help you and get you through your day. Will, thanks for the $2. It's Uncle Will, baby. What's up, brother? All right. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, so anyways, getting back into the stand-up stuff. I'm looking forward to it, but it's this is one of the reasons I kind of stopped doing it and just focused on the videos, was because it's like it's honestly kind of a joke. It's like this political thing. It's really weird. It's really strange how they operate. Whenever I see with a guy with a neck tattoo, I assume he doesn't do well at job interviews. Yeah. Yeah. I actually went to I had a really good bartending gig, but my bosses were pissing me off. I had 4 women bosses. I know. And great bar position. I was making like stripper money. Okay. I worked there for years. I was making Saturday night, you can make $1,400 in a night. I know. Crazy. 600 was like the average though for a Saturday. Friday night, 500. Thursday night, another 5. I was just living on easy street. Well, because not every bar is like that. So, but anyways, I went to a job interview and I have a neck tattoo. And, but luckily, like halfway through the interview, I stopped the lady and I said, I don't think I'm going to last here. I can't wear a tie. I'm just not going to do it. I'll wear a tie at like a wedding. I got a wedding coming up next week. I'm a best man. It's going to be the second time I've been a best man. So it says a lot about me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually not. This guy goes, just found your channel in the content category. Stoked a fellow skater found another way to make it with videos after 15 years. Thank you. Yeah. Well, it turns out like people would always tell me like, dude, you're in the wrong business, man. You need to be using that yapper to get to get paid and make it. So eventually I took their advice, but skateboarding was like my first love though. That was like, it's kind of like the same shit. They're both totally insane to try. Like imagine going up to somebody and they go, hey, what do you want to do for a living? You go, I'm going to be a professional skateboarder. But then you use the same question, replace it with, I'm going to be a funny person. I'm going to make videos. Nowadays it's more realistic, but I'm 34. Back when you're 16, people are like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Anybody else want to hit what he's taking? This guy goes, do you still skate? Here and there. I'm a seasonal skateboarder now. So when the weather's good, I'll go and skate once a week. So right now the weather's proper. South Florida is nice. Because I used to skate till my knee hurt too much. Love skating. Yeah, something free about it, man. Yanina's in here. She's my conspiracy sister. She's a good person. She's very cool. But let's get this party started. I'm gonna send the link out in the chat. For all of you new here, all you gotta do is click that link if you want to come on board, talk some shit. You're more than welcome. Oh, let me see. Tom Green stand-up bit in the Bahamas was the funniest skit ever. I'm gonna have to look that up. Now, Tom Green was just ahead of the curve, man. If you guys haven't seen the movie Road Trip, Tom Green's he's like kind of narrates it. That's a great movie. If you've never seen that, I'm gonna start doing movie recommendations. Road Trip, that was a good movie, man. Kind of makes you feel like you went to college, because I never went to college. So I did 3 months. I did 3 months of college. And like 6 years of summer school. So I've got a lot of schooling, a lot of education. Just got to work. What's up, Average Joe? He's always commenting. I appreciate all you guys that comment on everything and support my shenanigans. Got you in the background as I'm packing up weekend eBay orders. What's funny is I had like 4 sales on I use Depop too. So Depop is like an eBay, but for clothes. So I didn't even know I had 4 sales. And I had all these messages like, hey, when are you going to ship these? I was like, oh, shit. My bad. So I had to ship those out. So I remember I used to have, like, I wake up one day I remember my first big eBay month when I was reselling was like $5,000. And I remember every day I'd wake up and I'm like, I got to ship out 30 things. Fuck, it take me like 3 hours. You know, you're like packing up VHS players and shit. I'm like selling big TVs. I'm like, oh, this was a bad idea to sell this. That was taking me forever. I don't even have a box. I'd have to go fucking find a box behind a store or something. Office Depot usually had them. My first live rolling up now. What's up? I've seen you in the comments. I appreciate you being here. We got all right. We looks like we got our first guest. And guys, I'm going to be a lot better about kicking people off if they start to suck. Nothing personal, strictly business. I love you guys, but you know, you got to be realistic. Okay, I understand. Sometimes I got some people on here that are just a bit much. All right, Mario, my boy, can you hear me? Okay, Mario bailed. Didn't even have to kick him out. He knew he sucked. Perfect. All right, we got a couple more cats coming in. Right. Okay, whoever's got me on a monitor, you're gonna have to just shut that monitor off. Okay. All right. BK Loan, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
All right, dude. Where you what's going on, man? Where you hailing from? How old are you?
So I'm originally from Brooklyn, hence the name BK. And I currently reside in North Carolina.
Okay,
I'm 38 years old.
North Carolina, my man. Get on in here. So 38, you're not too far off from me. I'm 34. Same shit.
Right.
So you're from you said Brooklyn?
Originally from Brooklyn, yeah.
Where's Brooklyn at? I had this stupid joke about like when Biggie came up with that line, where's Brooklyn at? He he was working it out on the corner like they used to do those freestyles, and all of a sudden
Right.
some idiots walking by and he's like, "Oh, Brooklyn, you're gonna go down 12th, you're gonna hook a left over on 15th." Yeah, I always thought that'd be funny.
I gotta say, man, Jack, I love your content, man. I've been watching you for a while. I wanted to call in today to let you know that I'm probably going through one of the roughest times of my life, and to sit here and watch your content and have it put a smile on my face when I'm going through this kind of stuff is like priceless to me, man. So
So
I appreciate you.
I'm glad you could still get a laugh out of it. I think it's important because I've also been through some shit in my life, and so
Right.
you know, if you want to share a little bit of what you're going through, get it off your chest. Sometimes, you know, it's nice to just let it out.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
if you want to.
Yeah, I do. That's part of the reason why I called in. I lost my job. Oh,
I'm sorry. I cut you off. My bad. Start over.
no, it's okay. Yeah, I lost my job 6 months ago, and I tried not to panic because my wife had a good job at the time, and I said, she can hold things down until I find something else. But sadly, 2 months ago, her job let her go.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and we're basically, on the verge of losing everything, and it sucks, man. It sucks. I've built up everything that I have on my own. My mom basically threw me out of the house after I graduated high school, so I've been on my own ever since. And it just sucks to feel like I'm on the verge of losing everything. But I try to see, I'm trying to see the light at the end of the tunnel and stay positive, and hope that one of these jobs that I've been interviewing for calls me back. But, it's been 6 months and it's hard to stay optimistic.
No. First of all, I just want to say when it's pouring. It's pouring in your area right now. So when it rains, it pours, and you're eating some shit. I can't believe your wife lost her job too. That's like the worst. If you don't mind me asking, what industry were you in?
Sorry about my dog. He's
That's
freaking
cool.
out because somebody's hanging out in front of my door like an asshole. What was the
No,
question, Jack?
I said, what industry were you in? What job did you lose?
What industry was I in? So basically, due to the nature of my disability, I was born with a disability.
Okay.
It's rough for me to work a regular job like everybody else. I can't be on my feet all day. So I basically do work from home stuff. If I have to
Okay.
go in and work at a call center, I'll work at a call center, but I prefer to work remote. I've been
Okay.
working remote basically since the pandemic started, and that's kind of my preference, you know?
Okay. Well, that sucks because I was gonna say try and well, you can't really do any of the suggestions I was gonna tell you, but shit, man, I really hope you find something, dude. I know you will. You will. But
I hope so, man. I hope so.
there's no way you won't. So I'm gonna get right back to you, BK. All right, Industrial Dave, can you hear me, brother?
Yep. Yeah, I can. What's going on? Good evening to you.
Hey, good evening, my man. So hold on one second. I'm gonna raise your microphone. Talk again real quick.
Hello, hello, testing. Hello, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
your mic level's real low.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, see
Hello.
if you could
I was
turn
gonna
that up.
say I can't hear him either.
Hello.
Yeah, do it a little more. Do it a little
Hello,
more.
hello, hello, hello.
It's getting better. It's
Hello,
getting
hello.
better. All right, that's getting much better. All
Hello.
right, and if you have me on in the background, go ahead and shut me off in the background or mute that screen.
Mute
That
the
way,
screen. Okay. Oh,
yeah,
I see it.
yeah, that way, yeah. Can you still hear me? Oh, no, now he's mute. Oh, we're having technical difficulties.
Okay.
Oh,
What
All
about
right,
now?
do you
I'm
have any
still here.
headphones?
Yeah, I do got headphones.
Yeah, yeah, go plug those headphones in. I'm gonna get right back to you. Perfect. Okay, that was a sorry about that, guys. Industrial Dave nearly fucked up this entire evening. So, anyways, we got Dang Man. What's going on, brother? I'm just kidding around.
Not much, man. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm here with you guys. I'm on a
All
live.
right,
So,
dude. I'm live. This is my first time live on YouTube. This is pretty
uh,
cool.
cool, man. Where you? How old are you, and where you hailing from, brother?
I'm 52 and live in Tampa, Florida.
Oh shit, you're right up the way, man. You little
Yeah,
buccaneer. I got you. I see you.
yeah.
Tampa's a cool town, man. I've Tampa's the first time I no, it's not the first time, but I went to a terrible strip club when I was much younger in Tampa. They used to have
Oh,
these
dude, we got piles of them here.
speaking of oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of like skateboarding, for anybody new to the stream here, Tampa holds one of the world's biggest skateboarding competitions. It's called Tampa Am and the Tampa Pro. So it used to be a huge deal. I mean, I would go every year and it would get rowdy. Like I'm talking, you knew there was going to be a party, baby. Something crazy's going down. And so one year I went right when I was turning 21, and that was the first time because I had gone to a strip club before in my area. There's this real hood strip club where they would let you in if you were 18 or older. Um, so that was nuts, but I didn't get the full experience, because I was like 19. I was like, I'm sober. This is odd. There's strangers' tits in my face. I don't know what's going on. And
I know.
yeah, it was really weird. But the second time I went was in Tampa, and it was so strange because they didn't let liquor inside, but everybody inside was like, yeah, just go put your booze in the bushes outside.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
a
we're like, all right.
Hans
So
Venus.
we'd be out in the bushes, and and I'm young, so I've got everyone's like, come on, we're going to take shots. I've got a full blown boner, and I just got a lap dance. When you're younger, you can't really control these things. Even when you're older, sometimes I'm like, I don't know what's going on. It's just it's ready. But anyways, yeah, Tampa was pretty fucking wild, bro. I'm gonna tell you that shit. So what are you doing for a living, my man?
I'm kind of halfway retired. Worked out
Okay.
in Los Angeles for past 25 years. Just moved back to Tampa, because I
Oh,
grew up in the Orlando area.
I'm sure Tampa's a bit packed now, but how do you like in the change of pace? How you liking that?
Really like the water. I hate the traffic here. These roads
Traffic
are, yeah,
traffic was
dude.
pretty bad. I went there 3 years ago on a little skate trip. It was
It's
pretty
like terrible, man. They just put up traffic lights everywhere. That's their answer to everything.
just
We're
put
gonna
Wait, you
just
mean
put up a fucking traffic light.
red light camera type shit or just
Yeah,
like
just
traffic lights?
just traffic lights. Build a fucking
Okay.
interstate. Let us move.
Yeah, let us move a little bit. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get back to this question real quick. This one goes, love the content. Heard in one of your videos you caught a felony for dealing weed. You should do a story time about what happened, all that stuff. Sorry if too personal. No, no, no. I'll get into that on this stream. I'll probably talk about it for the rest of my life. You it's so weird in the world we live in where like it's like you could get a felony charge, and really in reality it's like you're a fucking idiot, you fucked up, you know, depending on the laws. Some of these laws are a little bit out of whack, but like there's this weird sickness where it's like, I caught a charge, what's up, you know, you kind of have this, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping about that, but yeah, I'll get into that in a little bit. Just remind me, you guys remind me at some point about the weed thing. Thanks for the $2, Ennis. I appreciate you. So you're retired. Dang man, what's your real name? I can't be calling you
Chad.
Dang man. All right, Chad. We got a real
Yeah.
Chad in here.
I worked in TV film for the past 25 years.
Oh, nice. Fuck
Yeah, I
yeah.
did a whole bunch of big movies. Hurt my back, and then now can't work anymore.
List some movies off. Do some bragging for us.
Transformers 3, 4, Hancock, Fast
Okay.
and Furious 5, 7,
Oh shit.
Gravity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
No, that's
But
pretty cool.
That's
That's awesome. Most people are like, you know, most like besides me doing this or like my skateboarding life, if somebody were to be like, what are you doing for money? I'd be like, oh, I just sold a stereo on eBay. They're like, oh, nice. That's
yeah, I kind of lucked into
Yeah.
it though, man. You know, it was like just being at the right place, the right time, knowing some pretty good stuff.
Well, that's good, man. I'm happy you're basically retired because us younger bucks out here, we got a long ways to go. We're
I feel for you guys, man.
oh, I know. I
so feel. I mean, I'm a Gen Xer. They didn't give it easy to us, but
no. I'm
your
not saying it was
generation's
easy for
fucked,
anybody.
man.
There's generations out there had to go to war. They had no choice. It was like, no, you're going. Yeah. You're coming back with a drug problem too. Yeah, you're going. Come on, let's go. You're gonna get paid like shit, and yeah, come on in.
We're gonna grind you down.
Let me get over to Industrial Dave over here. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. The names disappear sometimes. Wait, Industrial Dave. I got it right. Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So what's up, brother? What are you doing for work and where are you hailing from?
Yeah, first of all, man, not about me. Let me tell you, man, I stumbled on your channel, and everything you doing is this is what the world need, man. Like, we need truth, honesty, and just be brutal with it. You know, everybody's get their feelings hurt, man. And like,
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to you. Like,
Hey, thanks, man.
I'm
I
a fan.
appreciate that. You know, my real, I guess my real gimmick is that I have this thing with making people laugh, but I also am pretty good at calling bullshit. So
That's it.
not in like a I told you so kind of way though, more in like a fun way. You know, like I could even have grandma involved, and she's like, yeah, he's right. You know, so it's kind of, I might get a little colorful here and there, like a little. You know, I might gotta watch my mouth, but
nah, they'll be all right.
nah, man, I really appreciate the kind words though, man. But if you don't mind asking, where are you hailing from, Dave?
No, I don't. Yeah, so I'm right here. I'm in Newport News, Virginia.
Okay.
I'm 34 years old, and I pretty much what I do is I promote blue collar jobs, man. Like a lot of people shit on us, man, and I'm like, dude, like we make the infrastructure, we make the world go round, you know, oil and gas, and pretty much what I do is I try to reach out to felons or people that are 18 years old, and pretty much people that don't want to go to college that think that they have to go work fast food. I'm like, no, like you can get out here with no experience. I post jobs that, you know, start off at anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000 a year. But a lot of people just don't know how to get in these industries, you know, like the railroad, working at the refinery. So that's what I do. And then my background was I'm a welder by trade. So I got in the union apprenticeship stuff, and that's what I did.
Oh, that's
since I was
good. That's
18.
good. That's good to be in the union, especially with that, or with any trade, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I know unions aren't exactly what they used to be. My grandfather was a crane operator. He'd build water towers and big, big shit. Yeah, he lived till he was 92. He he passed away a couple years ago in a back alleyway knife fight. So he went out like a champ. No, I'm just kidding. He died from just old age. But I tried to make it sound cooler than it was. But that was Grandpa Jack, so I was named after him. But he was a pretty funny guy. But he he had like the golden era of the union though. He
Yep.
would tell, because my cousins try to get in the union, and he's like a music producer, but he's right now he's deep in he's like dangles from buildings on those what are those called?
He's an iron worker.
No. He's
Oh,
doing right now. He could do a lot of stuff like carpentry and all that, but right now he's doing windows for like high rises. But he
Oh,
has to
right.
be
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the stage lift where you're like dangling from this big ass
Yeah, it's
building.
a skyscraper. Yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah,
a sky
yeah,
climber. Sorry. Yeah,
yeah.
I know what it is.
So yeah, but it's kind of crazy to think that he's only getting around 30 an hour for, you know, risking your life and doing some crazy ass shit like that. To be
Where is
honest,
he at? What
he's
state?
he's in Michigan near Detroit.
Okay.
But that's not really what he wants to do with his life.
Uh-huh.
But it's paying his bills. It's letting him do and work towards what he does want to be doing. But you know, I tell him, I'm like, look, dude, this is like a lot of people, and you're right. People do look down on the trades. I don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people I know and I mess with, three of my best friends are all in the trades: machinist,
Hell yeah.
electrician, and then my cousin more on the construction side. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what I would label him exactly, but he's done like a lot of stuff, from, you know, building a house to now he's dangling from buildings.
Yeah.
You know, so does he love it? No, but he does know he always has something, you know, he's got this skill that a lot of people aren't willing to use, or they're just not good at. Because my dad used to fuck it, we're gonna be here all night. Regular length story. My dad owned his own business doing carpet, tile, and mold restoration.
Oh,
Right.
snap. Okay.
So he was more of like middleman Ricky. Like he was like me. Imagine me if I was a little more serious and and my game, and I get off by selling.
Okay.
That was my dad.
All right.
So he knew the carpet business really well because of growing up. So he was actually good at it. He could lay your whole carpet, he could lay your tile, he could do all that. But he got into the cleaning aspect, the installing, and then when it came to tile, he wasn't going to break his back. So this is where I get with the middlemaning. So he had a bunch of different people that worked with him, and when he booked the tile job, he'd take a cut and he'd middleman. He'd book an AC job. We got our AC guy. So, and then he got into the mold business, and that's when I started doing demolitions with him.
Oh,
and let me tell you, that was some of the hardest work I ever did. And you think it's fun knocking holes in walls and breaking shit, but like, you know, after about an hour of that, it's kind of like, oh man, we got to like do it to this whole place, and we got to get all this stuff out of here. Like,
Yep.
I don't know. But, you know, I was young, couldn't really go work anywhere. And my dad was trying to teach me not to work hard, but show me that, look, when you work for yourself, you're going to work with other people. But he always told me, my parents were different. My mom was like, you're going to be the funny John Travolta. And I was like, okay, Mom. And then my dad was like, you're never going to be happy working for anybody, Jack.
Ooh.
And I'm like, dude, chill. I'm 14, you know? So I always had like the opposite of most people's parents. They were always like, look, you're going to have to do your own thing. So try whatever you want, which I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing that I did the carpet and tile shit and the mold till about 24. So I did it from.
Oh, that's a good time.
Yeah. So I did it a long time, but then I realized I was like, okay, I'm much better with the communications. I even started my own little carpet tile cleaning business.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. I did that for a little while. We booked some jobs, man. I got this one job, right? Because I worked part-time at a law firm for a while. So I knew all these lawyers and the people who own the firms.
Yeah.
And they just liked me. So one time I was like bullshitting with some guy in the elevator, and I was like, no, I'm doing my own carpet thing. I'm just working here part-time just for the experience. And the guy goes, cool. He goes, give me your card. I'll give you a call. So he books me to do the entire 17th floor for $1,500 of this giant place.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, I got my first like big job that's more than like $300. And you know, I remember telling him, because my dad would always be like, don't be afraid to just throw a number out there. And I remember he's like, well, what would you charge me for this? And I'm walking around the office. It's huge, dude. It's like 360, the whole floor. It's fucking gnarly big. And I remember just going $1,500. He goes, deal. And I was like, oh shit. He said yes. And but that was like the only big job I ever had. Everything else was like maybe $500 was like a huge gig for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like a lot of my friends are in the trades, and the only unfortunate thing about it is because people want quick money. I mean,
That's
y'all
the
know this,
problem. Instant
but
gratification.
I think we're getting to a point where a lot of people are seeing that it's like, it takes like a decade to get there. You know, like from the moment you start doing something,
Yeah.
just plan on like a decade, and if it happens in 5 years, dope. But just plan on a decade and just eat the shit, have some fun, have fun with your friends, you know, get out there, get some strange ass and, just enjoy it.
It's
Yeah, and I
called
try
a
to
10-year overnight success.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not real. This lady, Sammy, goes, blue collar jobs make good money too. I was a journalist for a decade. A lot of these educated people are actually broke. LOL. I'm tech now. It's much better. Yeah. She's getting that internet money. That's always very nice. Okay, BK, I'm gonna let you go. We got other people in the queue. Hey, we're gonna pray for you, brother. You will find a gig, and when you do find a gig, you come back on, and we're gonna celebrate.
I
And
appreciate it, man. Thank you, Jack.
and if things get too rough for you, we'll set up a GoFundMe on this shit. But anyways, have a good one. All right, we're gonna get this other guy in here real fast. Let me get some. All right, let me see. I know this is off subject. Also, observation. I wanted to put a problem in the system. Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, Kim. All right, Aaron, brother. Aaron Shoemaker.
Hey,
What
can
do
you hear me?
do I-
back there.
yeah, I could hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Where
What
you?
was the question?
Where are you hailing from? How old are you? And do you actually make shoes? No, I'm just
No,
kidding. Bad
never
joke.
heard that joke in my life. No,
I know you haven't.
I am from Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm 39 years old. And actually, this is actually a screenshot background. I use it to mess with my business partner when we're on
Oh
Zoom
yeah, I
calls.
could tell you got a little
Yeah.
bit of you're
So
green scened right now.
It's
You're
supposed
green
to be
screened.
this is my office, and one day I thought it'd be funny to just take a picture of it and then put
Okay.
it up there like I'm not really there and mess with them. So, anyways,
Looks
yeah.
good.
No, man, I just stumbled on your stuff. I'm working on a program right now, so I kind of watch YouTube in the meantime. Stumbled on
Good.
your stuff. I love your take. I like the fact that you take a little different approach. I mean, there's a lot of people in the red pill space that are just like screw it all. And
Wait, let me see if I could nail what you're talking about. You go, all right. Clip plays, right? A woman saying something funny, something stupid. Hold on. Tell me if I got this right. The clip ends and they go, you see, gentlemen, the modern woman today doesn't care about you. They only care about themselves. They will take everything you have.
yes,
I
exactly.
mean, I don't think I need to go any further, but they do that for like, 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. And
yeah, I know. I get it.
It's about fear. And it's one of the things that I've got a son that's he's going to graduate high school, and I try to talk to him about this stuff because it's like one of the things they'll say all the time is, hey, go get your bag, lift weights, have all this discipline in your life. But in this area of sex, don't have any discipline. Just go for it, guys. Like, have no discipline in yourself, which
You
I think
actually
is interesting.
you have a great point, because to be real with you, how many people actually, you know what? I guess it doesn't affect too many people, because apparently a lot of guys aren't even getting it anyways. But like,
That's what they say.
Well, this is what they say. But realistically, like in my experience and my friends around me, I've watched two of my dear friends waste a lot of their valuable time on women that just left them or they broke up anyways.
Dang.
And one of my best friends, like all these people I talk about in my videos it's really just 4 or 5 guys. It's 4 to 5 guys. They're all the same people. But one of them, I watched this man throw away a decade of his life between 5 different women. And
That's a lot.
each woman had one thing in common. They were the one.
Yeah.
And I said to him one time, I go, bro, do you see me tripping out when I don't have sex for 6 months? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay. I go, when's the last time you went without sex for 6 months? He's like, I don't think I could do it. And I go, okay, well, I think this whole you having sex all the time thing, it ain't working out for you, dude.
Yeah.
It's just not. Like you're fulfilling the metaphorical hole and the actual hole with your penis. No, you're fulfilling the wrong thing. Now he understands. Now that he's 30, he gets it.
Yeah.
But when he was 25, 27, fucking 28, he thought, I need, and he'll tell you this, he'll be on with me. You'll fucking meet this guy. He'll say it all. But like, he would do that. And I remember just going, dude, you're throwing away so many opportunities for what? Because let me tell you something, you're going to have to figure it out eventually. Not that he was never ambitious or doing anything. Like Industrial Dave said, this guy actually he got his welding certificate and everything. He could have been a welder, but he wanted to be a pro skateboarder. And he should have been. But guess what he did? He left his opportunity in California. And things happen for a reason. This guy's going to bounce back. Everybody loves a good comeback story, right? And you're going to get to know this guy eventually. He'll be here, all right?
Yeah.
And I'm not stingy, okay? And eventually, I'm going to need somebody else helping me out with shit, and that's probably going to be my guy. He's been here since day one anyways, and he's done so much stuff with me. It's just sometimes you could doubt yourself, but once you have such a good point about just, like, everything's just about pussy all the time. And it's the same thing with women too. When women want to bounce around, they're just chasing this feeling. And it's like one of my girlfriend's childhood friends, it's every time she calls her, it's like, this guy's putting a restraining order on me. And it's like, dude, this is the 5th time you get in a restraining order. Like, do something with yourself. But she doesn't have to. She's a good looking chick. Her parents are rich. And she doesn't care about money because her parents are rich. She's an anomaly. Well, she doesn't need a rich guy.
I think you've touched on this stuff before in your videos too. Like with social media, with that, we see all this, how everybody else is living, the vacations, this, that. We don't see behind the scenes. We only see, I mean, I'm not the only person to say this. You're not the only person to say this. We always see the best on social media. We don't see the worst. And so I think we're getting to this place where people think there is no worse. And if I'm having a worse, there must be a problem. And, I need to move on from the situation I'm in instead of understanding that, sometimes shit happens. I listened to your situation. It's tough, man. COVID, I was an entertainer professionally, right? Singer, entertainer, musician. I did about 650 shows a year. I hustled my ass off. COVID hit, everything gone overnight. Literally, one day I went from having my entire year booked to having nothing. And
just like that.
Yeah, just like that. And I've had to deal with that myself, because as men, we, you want to provide, you want to be a provider. So you have to deal with that sort of thing. Still dealing with it. But, I'm going out and building other stuff right now. And right now we're working on developing applications to automate booking for retirement homes.
Aaron, real quick, not to stop you, but I think somebody put one too many zeros in this donation here.
Yeah.
And just give me 1 second, guys. Just
You're good.
Thank you. It's not your planet, but it is your money, and I appreciate that donation. Thank you so much. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Wow. Thank you so much, dude. That is like okay. I'm gonna have to process this. So Aaron, let's get back to you real quick while I process this payment. I'm like a computer right now, kind of trying to so yeah, how did that work? Because I worked at a restaurant. So when COVID happened, I was running my resale business, my eBay, my really cool eBay business, and so I lucked out because I was full time with eBay, but I was still bartending at this bar because I was making stripper money there. So it's like, why not? You stupid if you quit that. So it's not your planet. Thank you so much for that 300, man. I'm going to say that like 20 more times. So So I remember that shut down, and a lot of people, I didn't even think about the musicians because we had 4 live bands a week there.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think about that because I forget the guy's name right now. I really would love to plug him, but he doesn't do social media anyway, so it wouldn't make sense. But this guy was really, really good, and he was just turned 40. I remember because we sang him. He sang himself happy birthday, basically. His band sang him happy birthday, and the bar was packed, and he had a good little audience, man. Like he really was doing it. And I remember talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I make between 12 to 1500 a week." And he's like, "I've been doing this 20 years, you know."
Yeah.
And
Dang.
he's like, "I never made it big, but," he goes, "people like me, and I play good music, and I do covers, but I also have original stuff." And I was like, "No, I agree with him." I was like, "He was really good." You know, I wanted to buy a CD from him, and he was like, "Oh, it's like I kind of just do like online stuff now. I don't have any CDs right now." And I'm like, God, this guy is just on another planet, like this other guy on this planet. But I remember I didn't think about that though, because how many people it actually affected. So like, if you don't mind getting more, some talking numbers with us, like what were you pulling a week doing this, and like what were you doing, like bar gigs? Like how did this work out? Like give us.
So I had a wedding band that I created. They're still going actually. I moved on from that afterwards and moved into what I'm doing now. I did retirement homes. That's a big moneymaker. It's a great thing for musicians. That's actually what I'm involved in now, which is automating booking for retirement homes.
Oh, nice.
So that entertainers like that can come on and advertise their services and make money, like this guy you're talking about, because there is this big rift in the music community where either you make a killing or you make nothing. And I found a niche to be in between, and that's where we're trying to help other musicians do the same thing. So yeah, I was doing kids shows, I was doing retirement homes, I was doing weddings, and just hustling. And
that makes a lot of sense, because my dad's in a senior living facility now, which I got a crazy story about that shit. We'll get into that in a little while. But yeah, I noticed that it seems like every Saturday they have like a band, or like somebody playing the piano.
Yep.
Something like that. So that makes sense. I actually tried to pimp out one of my friends for a piano gig at a retirement home like 8 years ago. Because I was like talking to this random lady, and she was asking me what I do, and I'm like, "Oh, I do stand-up comedy." And she was like, "This is like a decade now," but she was like, "Oh," she's like, "sometimes we do stand-up comedy at our at our retirement home." She's like, "And we also do piano. If you know anybody knows to do piano, we do that like every week." And I was like, "I actually do." But the guy bailed out and was like, "Dude, she's gonna pay you $150.
Yeah.
I was like, and we're talking 1,350 bucks. So she's gonna pay you $150. And yeah, he didn't do it, but here I am talking about how he never did it. So it's great. But I tried to get him that gig. I wasn't gonna take a cut.
Well, not everybody's cut out for it too, because
that's true. That's true. It takes a lot. You got to.
Yeah.
It does, because I've only done stand up, and I've done some I've done some private speaking event things where like I kind of crack jokes, but and not everybody can do it. Like I did I was best man at a wedding last year, and I got one coming up on Saturday. I got another best man gig, and so like they're paying me to be the best man. No, it's so I go, and the worst part about this wedding was it was a big wedding, and half of the people I knew, the other half I didn't. There's probably about 120, 130 people there, plus the staff. And my homie who's getting married, we got a large group of friends, and they're all like, "Oh, Jack, can't wait for your speech, dude." They're like, "You're gonna kill it," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" They're expecting me to go do a stand-up thing, and so I'm like, all right, and I was gonna crack some shit. Like I wasn't worried about that, but it was just crazy that that's how it went. But then the other half of the wedding, and it was like set up perfect for like a stand-up show. So I made it all about him and how we met and the wedding. But I gotta tell you, they should have paid me for that shit. I'm gonna need that, because I gave him because I had given him and his wife $500 for a wedding gift, and I was like, "Fuck materials, you're gonna need this. You're gonna need this material here." But I was thinking to myself, I was like, they should have been paying me for this shit, man. I'll get a refund on that. So anyways, no, it's fine. But yeah, so now I got another wedding coming up and the same fucking bullshit's happening again. They're like, you ready for your speech? I'm like, what do you think? I'm just gonna go up here and no. The whole point of that whole story wasn't about the stand-up. The point of the story is every single person that that talked was like this with a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they
I'm
all
not
do
kidding.
they
I
all
was
do
like,
this with the mic too. They start at their mouth and then they slowly go like this. Because we used to joke about that because
they
people
start
be like,
scripting
I can't hear them, and it's because the mic is 4 feet away from them, and it's like, put the mic to your mouth, speak in the mic. Yeah, every time.
It's even when I was doing just like because when I first started this channel, I was like a classic podcast. I have 2 chairs over here that you can't see, but I had 2 of these mics, and I'd have basically strangers. I even had a homeless guy come in my house. He did a podcast, and
nice.
You know, I was just like trying to think outside the box. Like, let me get regular people who I don't even know to come on the show. No one's doing that, but now we're doing it here, so it worked out.
It's cool.
But yeah, I remember like this would happen. You ready? They're talking. 5 minutes later. So I'd always reach over, right? Oh, hold on. My boy Joe Taco's in here. That's one of my best friends. There he is. So thank you for the $300 from another planet. I love you, dude. Thank you so much. Did this guy just send more money? What the fuck's actually going on right now? Hold on. What the dude? I'm about to break this chair and buy a new one, dude. Like, I'm gonna cry. Okay. So, anyways, back Joe Taco. I'm not gonna pop him back up. I can't go find his comment again, but he was doing one with me one time. We were doing like a skateboarding discussion, and the microphone kept going like this, and I would lean over and put it back in, and then he would go, "Dude, you're throwing off my groove," and I'm like, "What groove are you talking about? Nobody could hear you. What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm just putting it back. Like, it's fine. We don't need to edit that out. It's cool. People think it's funny, you know." We ended up never even posting it. Turns out it wasn't funny, and we didn't know what we were doing. But yeah, it's like a learning lesson. It was cool though. But that's awesome, man. I never really knew that world of like, what do you think like your average guy who's pretty good doing like playing music somewhere could make a week if they really put their mind to it?
Well, I could tell you what they can make per year depending on the hustle. They can make anywhere between 40 and 70K a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So and that's what we're working on and helping people to do that all across the country. So we'll be launching the application nationwide. So, and the nice thing will be, there in Florida, you could say, "Hey, I'm willing to travel 100 miles from my home base." All right. And
I'm willing to do the same type of shit. Like I'm willing to go all the way. Yeah.
And so a home and we're going to eventually want to move into other venues and stuff like that. But a home could click and be like, all right, here's a list of people that are available in my area at that time. So it's not just like, hey, here's who could play. You know exactly that they're available at that time. Because
cool.
I got
Thanks
back
for the
in
$2, brother. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So it was something where it wasn't just me that was affected. There was a lot of these musicians affected. And I've always wanted to guide younger musicians into, hey, you don't have to work at Starbucks. You can actually go and practice your craft. You can perform, and there's nothing like performing in front of people because that's what makes you better. If you don't perform, you're not going to be good in front of a crowd.
No, you're not wrong. It takes a lot of practice too. That's why I'm starting to get back into stand-up.
Yeah.
Not because it's like, oh, I'm gonna go make it as a stand-up comedian, because it's like chill out. You're gonna have to do something like this to make it in this realm that we're in. Like this new era, like some of these old stand-up comics that I started out with 10 years ago have basically all given up, or they never tried this. They didn't realize that it's like you have to do this. Not like exactly what I'm doing, but you gotta do, this is what you have to do. If you're not putting out videos, putting out content, like fucking forget it. And a lot of them didn't understand that. And there was this one dude who I've tried to get on the show so many times. He is just in a depression. Feel bad for the guy. and he's actually pretty funny dude. He's good at stand up. He's seasoned. He's comfortable on stage. So this guy, he blew up, right? Real quick, let me answer this guy. What percent does YouTube take? As much as they want, man. They're Google. They fucking own me. You know what I mean? I think they take like 50%. I don't know about the live streams though. I don't know about the live streams. I know that if somebody leaves me a donation in a comment on an actual video, they take 50%. I don't know about the live streams. I'm not 100% sure.
50?
But you guys have to understand. You guys, the only thing I can really say though is, thank you. It's not your planet for the $500 fucking dollars. Holy shit! But I will give YouTube one thing: we would not all be here talking, chopping it up if it wasn't for YouTube. So,
All right.
and there's a lot of dude doing back to the stand up comedy. Let me tell you something. In LA, when I first moved out there, doing some stand up, they wanted me to pay them to go on stage.
Damn.
$5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So YouTube's doing me a huge service here. So I'm cool with that because it's letting me meet you guys. I'm building an audience. I'm able to make some money. I'm starting to make some money off this shit, obviously, thanks to this guy. Bless your soul. I love you. But not even just to him, just like the ads and people in my Patreon donating every month. And like, it's pretty bananas. But, down the road, I know that I'm going to end up booking shows and I'll do some stand up and I'll book shit and I'll get the money over there. But that's like it's in the future somewhere. I don't know. It's there. I could see it. But, it's like when I get there, I'll get there. So I will give YouTube that. You know what I mean? I'm actually kind of okay with it. They still give me great money. And it's like, but I think they take a little less. I think they take like 30% of the live stream stuff. I think it's just when people like make donations or some shit. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they take 50, but hey, you know what? Whatever. What am I gonna do? Fight with Google? It's kind of, I'm mad at you. They're like, well, do you want this audience or not? I'm like, oh, I want them. But anyways, back to the stand-up guy, right? He goes, oh wait, we got another guy coming in here. Hey, Uncle Will, you've been on silent this whole time. I'll get you back in here in a little bit, brother. I love you. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and kick from the studio. Yep, you're gone. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Will, but he was just kind of sitting there. All right, Cam, I'm gonna get to you in a moment. So basically, this dude, right? I'm not gonna say his name, but I'd like to get him on here because I'm a firm believer in everybody loves a comeback story, and this guy would definitely have a good one. So he's doing stand up a long time, and all of a sudden, he gets this tattoo, right? And the tattoo was so crazy that the news picked it up and it was all over the fucking news. So next thing you know, it's like every person in like stand-up's dream is what's happening to this guy. So he gets all this coverage. He's on the news stations. He's he's on sports entertainment center.
Hell of a tattoo, huh?
Yeah. So, because he was claiming on Super Bowl victory with something. That's what his tattoo was like. We're going to win. It's permanent, right? I'm calling it. So he gets on there and he's pretty good. You could see he's got charisma. He's cool. I would have been reaching for more jokes if I were him, but he got a huge audience off that. Like 25,000 people followed his Instagram. He had like 1,000 people on his Instagram. Blew up. But here's what he didn't do. He thought it was fucking 1988, and all you got to do is post, come see me here. Like, he didn't post no videos. It was like preparation meets opportunity. That's what it was. He was prepared for the wrong thing, and now I checked in on him recently, trying to reach out to him. His Instagram, he lost everybody. He's down to like 4,000 subscribers now. And it looks like he's nearly just given up. And I'm like, damn, man, like, you just going to go out like that? Like, like, he has connections. Like, he literally knows me. Like, I'll let him on this stream. Like, you have people that are willing to help you out. Cause I know this is scary. And like you said, Aaron, it's scary doing stuff like this. Like, going up on stage is one thing, but when it comes down to playing the game and doing it all, like, bro, I'm like, dude, you went on fucking national TV several times live and you're scared to start a fucking YouTube channel, post videos on Instagram. Like,
Well, the game has changed so much too. I mean, it
Yeah.
used to be like you're talking the old school. You go on national TV, you go on Johnny Carson, David Letterman, you blow up. Now you're doing clubs. You got an agent that does this, this, and this. And now it's like, well, there are a lot more routes than that. You know,
Yeah.
you look at what you're doing, or, you know, you got,
Anybody on TikTok, even though I
Yeah.
don't think the numbers quite convert that well. That's why I focus on the long form stuff. But
Yep.
because I'm focused on the long form because I know that it's like I got this what is it? It's like you're sitting at dinner with a bunch of people, right, that you never met. You know, it's safe to say over a 2-hour dinner with 4 people you just met, you're probably going to get to know each other at least pretty well, at least enough to know if you'd like to have dinner again. But if I were to just come in, sit there for 2 minutes and leave, you know, that's like a TikTok video. It's kind of like, I don't even remember who that guy was. He just sat down and I heard him say something and he left.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I look at videos and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm just going to focus on the long form because the short form, I was doing it. It was working. I still do it. I'm still posting, but I don't go hard on it. It'll build over time. I'm not worried about that. But like, you know, it's like if I wanted to, I could post fucking 2 short forms a day. No problem. I could do that before I even have lunch. You know, like not everybody's willing to do this shit here. So that's kind of why I'm doing this, where I'm like, let me get in here, really, you know, do what everyone's not doing. You know, like how many people answer all their people in their like how many people are just letting you guys on their stream just like this?
Like nobody.
No one. Yeah.
No.
Even
They think
earlier
I'm
when
nuts.
even earlier when you were talking about the answering the DMs, I can attest to that. Like, I really appreciate you being humble about that. Like, a lot of people
Yeah.
are not like that. I appreciate that.
And you meet cool people that way.
Yeah.
Like I've always been good at making new friends. Obviously, you don't know if a friend's gonna last forever, but like I've always been good at that. Like just knowing like, well, I mean, I don't know, like maybe this guy might be my new friend until I'm dead, you know, like I don't know. You know, like one guy reached out to me, this dude Shape, who usually comes on here. He reached out to me. Dude, we talk like every other day. And he reached out to me months ago when I had like 3,000 subscribers. He was like, hey man, like I like your stuff. Next thing you know, it's just like we're friends now. It's like we just talk all the time. And we talk mostly business, but still it's like we're boys, you know, and if he
Yeah.
never would have reached out, you know, I wouldn't have this like new friend. How long the friendship's gonna last, I don't know. Could go on forever, could be seasonal. You know, I don't know. But anyways, let's get here. Thanks for the $5. Great content for based people with a little humor. Thank you, appreciate that. Thank you for the $5, man. It means a lot.
Hey, Mr. J, I didn't want to just get up. I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta bounce.
Yeah, I gotta put my son to bed. But I appreciate.
Hey, you have a great night. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you. I'll see you. You know, anytime you want to talk to the DMs, you know the deal, man. Have a great night. Enjoy the family time.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen. Y'all have a
Nice
good
to meet you.
Yes,
Later,
sir.
brother. All right, Cam. What's going on, brother? Where are you hailing from?
Hey, man.
And,
Can you hear me all right?
oh yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. I like North Carolina.
Yeah, it's all right, man. It's getting the boom of everybody else too, coming from California and up north.
Oh, I believe it. Oh yeah, everywhere's gonna be feeling it. Everywhere.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna be getting Florida people too. I guarantee that.
Hey, it is what it is, man. That's where it's
Take it.
happening everywhere.
Yes.
Just
So
enjoying my sun. Just getting out here and enjoying my Sunday, man. Making the most of it. Working a little bit, getting out
Absolutely.
there, running, working out, all that good stuff. So
if you don't mind me asking, how old are you and what are you doing for work?
hey, man, I'm 34, man. I'm your age as well.
Same age, yeah.
So same deal. I'm actually a nurse practitioner, dog. So second
Hey,
career,
that's good.
yeah, kind of just fell into it. But
You make
know,
some good
all-
point from that.
yeah, I
He
did.
goes, yeah.
I did the travel nursing thing for a while too. So that kind of
I heard travel
Yeah.
nurses make bread. Yeah,
but
that's what I've heard.
kind of just fell into it, man. But you know, as we kind of say with the economy and stuff, that I wanted to say, have a skill. That's the biggest thing you can do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Period. And then you kind of grow and get to do the things we get to do now. Have a lot more free time and kind of venture on some other stuff, investments, and what you're doing now. You're hilarious, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Making it easy. It's just been fun to watch, big dog. I kind of watched you like 6 months ago, and then I saw you kind of blow up and get back into it a little bit. So it's
You know,
That's good stuff.
So you were here when I had like 700 subscribers.
Yeah.
Wow, you've been around. Okay, wow. Yeah, I was really trying to figure it out then. I was like, what do I do here? You know, I was like, because I'm so bad at, obviously I'm gotten better at it now, but I was so bad at like the thumbnails, which is the picture you guys see. And I was so bad at editing. Like I was kind of scared to try and get good at it. I was just like, how do I do this? I just had to suck it up and be like, I can learn this.
Hey, that's with everything though, brother.
I can learn this.
Yeah.
That's how success is. And unfortunately, people don't understand that that's what it takes to like what I'm doing. Yeah. It's just, and you may fall.
No, I agree.
So, but it's fun watching you, man, because you put it in where you can relate to everybody. And I don't put, as far as men go, you know, we need camaraderie in life.
Oh yeah.
You put it on the spectrum of where everybody, it doesn't matter what background you come from, which we should all learn as men, you know. Everybody should be our brother, and we should hold each other up accordingly, no matter where we come from. But unfortunately,
I agree.
Look at the world that we're in, man. It's nuts. So,
dude, you know what's crazy when you bring that up is like, for instance, I gave a guy a jump start the other day. His car was on the side of the road, and I pull up next to him, and I was like, what's wrong? Battery dead. You need a jump. You need a tire help. And the guy looked at me like, whoa. And Haitian guy, a lot of Haitians where I live. And I just got out of my car and he had his hood open. I went over there and I'm like, I just busted out the cables. And I said, and I went like this with him with the cables. And he's like, oh, you're trying to help. I was like, yeah, dude. You know, I was like, yesterday is even better. I'm at the gas station and the lady in front of me didn't have change for $100 bill at the gas station. So I walk up to the lady, I'm right behind her, and I whip out 520s and I go, here, give me 100. And she's like, oh no, I gotta. She's like, whoa. And I was like, and then the gas station lady goes, ma'am, he's trying to give you the change that I don't have. And I go, she's like, oh, and I was like, yeah. I was like, people are still help people, I think, right? Yeah. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I was confused for a second. And I'm like, yeah, well, this 100 better be real. Thank you. And but yeah, it's kind of like, you know, I can't always pull over and help people out, but you know, sometimes it's unfortunate, man. It's not even just, dude, finding just a good friend. How many people I get in my comments and stuff, or like in my DMs, where it's kind of like they really only have a couple people they can trust or rely on, and some of them don't have any. And I'm just like, is it that hard out here?
It's just
like, it's that hard. Fuck.
Let me give you an example real quick. It's
lay it on me.
Timidness and social awkwardness, right? So when COVID hit, everybody got squeezed up and whatever else. I'm gonna tell you what, I took the opportunity when COVID hit and I did a social experiment. When I was living in downtown Charlotte, there's this place called The Rail, and you can run it. When everything shut down, everybody was just hanging out at The Rail. Basically, it's a bunch of apartments, dog parks, whatever, where people can socialize. I kid you not, and I'll use two examples. I'd run down the rail, and you know, if you acknowledge another man that's working hard, you'll do the head nod, right? You'll be like
oh yeah, you got to.
So what I found was during this time and still now is, and I have headphones and sunglasses on, so I'm not like staring at somebody when I'm going down the street looking like a weirdo. But you know, you're running, and somebody's working out their hard. I'm gonna give them the man nod. What would they do? Look down at their watch, not acknowledge you. They look down. It's nuts. But the funny part was with when you're running and they're like with their girlfriend, if they looked down, and I'll just do it for fun, their girlfriend would look up and be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, and she'd be checking you out. It's crazy where we've gotten to this point. And I mean, and it's great that we have these tools online to be able to communicate and talk about stuff like that. But in your everyday life, it's nuts.
But you know what? I do have hope for the younger generation just from being in the restaurant business. Somebody just asked me about the restaurant business in here. Like, you should still bartend once in a while. Maybe I'll do some Bill Murray type shit down the road when I have that carte blanche, where I just like pop in, like, hey, let me hop back there. They're like, yeah, get in. You know, but who knows? Like, shit's so weird now. Like celebrities aren't like what they used to be, and I don't even want that. I don't even want that, to be honest with you. I want to be like I want to be like that underground celebrity where like a lot of people know about me, but not everybody. Like that's where I want to be. I don't want to. I like going out. I like going in public. You know, I don't want to have to deal with that. But I mean, if wherever I end up, that's where I end up. But if I could have it in a perfect world, that's what it would be.
Yep.
But yeah, it's true. But I work with a lot of younger people, so you know, it seems like most of them pretty good. I mean, besides always having, you know, when it's off time and we're not on the clock yet, everyone's got headphones in and ignoring each other. That's a bit different. But other than that, it's still pretty good, especially some of these younger cats out here. A couple of these 17-year-olds that I was working with, I was like, you know what? I think we're going to be all right. I was like, I think we're going to be okay. I was like, just these two dudes. I don't know about all the rest of them, but just these two guys, I think we're going to be all right. So, but you're not wrong though. Things have definitely, I guess things always change though. So, this guy goes, Jack, what's your accent? My dad's from Chicago. My mom's from Detroit. So I sound like them. Everyone thinks I'm from New York or something, but, that's just how my parents sound. They're just, you know, it is what it is. Let me see. This channel's good vibes. Yep. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna send out another invite if anybody else wants to pop in. If you guys are new watching the stream here, let you guys hop in. The link is in the bio. You could just come on. This guy's super cool. Talk about thinking outside the box. This cat right here, smacking the wall. He keeps himself different from his channel, but he is making YouTube money. He's got a pretty cool channel, post clips. He says his 2 words. I like him because he doesn't put on a front. He's just a regular dude. When he talks, you go, oh, he's being himself. Just laid back cat. And but he owns a couple successful businesses, and including YouTube. He's making money off YouTube. So he's one of these cats where I'll talk to him on the phone, and he's one of these guys where, you know, when I talk to him, I'm like, oh man, I was like, you get it, you know. I was like, you're a real you are a hustler. Like if you can't figure, like he's gonna figure it out. He's one of those guys where he's like, I'm gonna figure this shit out. And so that's really cool. If you guys want to check out his channel, he posts mostly just straight up women hitting the wall shit. He's just like straight to the cut, clips, and then he talks his shit, does a little advice in there.
He's got good advice at the end too.
Oh yeah, so you know his channel.
Yeah, because
he usually does it as advice towards the end of the video.
And it's not like just screw them all. It's like, hey,
no, he's a regular dude.
Nice. Yeah,
Well, not a regular dude because he's pretty successful, and so he's a little above a regular dude, you know. So yeah, he's a cool guy. You guys check his channel out. But yeah, man, it is crazy though. And we were actually talking, me and this cat here, because we have a couple of friends where it's like they just don't see the opportunity when they have this opportunity. Like my best friend, like I told him, I said, look, he's going to. I'm going to force him to do it. I have faith in this man. Otherwise, I would not be friends with him anymore. But I told him I'm going to fucking break something if somebody else donates $300. What the actual shit is going on?
I think it's the same guy, man.
Hey, get it, man.
I'm literally going to. Oh, no, it is the planet guy again. He's coming all the way from fucking Jupiter and Mars, baby. Wow. Dude. Switched accounts. Dude, this guy must be rolling. Picture me rolling. You know what I mean? He's like, shorty want to ride with me, or whatever that song was. I actually had this black cousin. We had like this huge family. 100 people would come to this family gathering every year. And the black cousin was definitely married in. His name was Jalen, little guy. But he would always come in with like Timberland boots on. And it's all a bunch of stuff, whiteys, you know, just regular Irish people. But every time he'd walk in, me and my cousin would look at each other and go, shorty want to ride with me. Yeah, you know, it's actually a good song. Just type in "Shorty Want to Ride with Me" on YouTube. Yeah, we could get okay, good. Anyways, thanks for the $300 fucking dollar. Like, what is it? $800? What is going on? I'm about to call my boss right now, and I'm gonna say, I don't need your job anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually gonna thug that out. No matter how much money's coming in, I'm just gonna do it. And my goal is if I make enough money by summer, I might just pay off this house. I'm kind of getting tired of having bills. I I don't know if I could. That's a bit ambitious, but you know, like if anybody caught my video from yesterday with the trillionaire, you know, you got to shoot high. Okay.
Yeah, $1 trillion.
You wanna be, yeah, $1 trillion Tommy, that fucking guy.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got here?
One quarter of the GDP of America of the United States government. So
Yeah.
what are they taking? 4.6 trillion.
Yeah.
You're gonna get one.
And all of it's going overseas. So
Yeah. Hey, look, all money being sent overseas and stuff aside. Okay, we got $300 here towards. We're reaching the trillion here. Okay,
There
and
you
the
go.
300 is gonna get us. It's gonna get us there. No, thank you so much, man. I can't believe this guy just fucking shelled out this much money. It's fucking criminal, and I love it. Anyways, we got a new cat in here, Razor Shalom. I think you've been on once before. Hey, actually,
awesome.
real fast.
What's up?
Right. Hey, Razor, you got a do you have a monitor on in front of you? Razor, can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a big lag. Sorry.
All right. No, you sound a lot better now. Okay. Real quick before
It's lagging real bad. Sorry about that.
All right, why don't we do this? I'm gonna remove you and try and come back in.
He might be going through his computer mic accidentally.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to give him the boot. Well, I'm so sorry. But we got another guy in here. And dude, seriously, from the other side of the planet, dark side of the moon, dude, you've literally, the amount of money you've donated tonight's criminal. I love you. I think everybody in here is like, salute. And thank you for the $2 from Ennis. Don't think I don't appreciate that either. I don't want you to feel less than. That's still, I appreciate anything. I just appreciate you guys being here, to be real. All right, so anyways, we got a newcomer here. Jonathan, what's going on, brother? Where are you hailing from?
Texas right now, but I'm originally from Wellington, Florida, if you know where that's at.
Damn right I do. I used to live off 441 in Forest Hill for like 4 years.
Yeah, I went to high school there back in the day. My family's from Illinois too. They're from Waukegan and Deerfield.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah, you talk with the nose.
You talk with the nose, and we got these weird A's. We got these kind of A's, and our vowels are we're just kind of making up our own vowels. And
what country does your family come from originally? Are they all from America, or do they immigrate here back?
No, I basically both sides are both Ireland. Irish parents, yeah, basically all of them.
Yeah.
So
I just want to say I appreciate what you do, and all the guys here have the courage to show their face and just talk to you. I mean, it's what you're doing is awesome, and you're very personable and relatable with what's going on now. And I think your platform is very unique. With
thank you. Going. You know what's funny? You bring that up. Hold on, I was like a big fan of Smack on the Wall. Love the content. Yeah, he's got a good channel, and he's a regular dude. It's actually very nice to when I find a person on the internet who's just being regular, not putting on. You know, of course, I put on a little showmanship. You know, I'm not actually that mad to where I'm breaking stuff. Like that's not how I really. I think it's just funny when I do that. But you know, for the 90% of it is just me being myself, and some of it is a little bit, you know, kicking the chair and doing that. A little bit of showmanship, but you know, that's the business I'm in, baby.
You did comedy before, you said?
Yeah. I started stand-up comedy like a decade ago.
Yeah, I used to do comedy in the military a little bit. I used to be the skit guy. They'd always have me
nice
do that. I was the guy that could get away with making fun of rank.
Okay, how long were you in the military?
Unfortunately, I'm not proud of it. I don't think there's anything honorable with being expendable. But that's just my own opinion. But I was in active duty for 3 years, and then I was in the National Guard for 6. But I went to Iraq twice.
Oh wow! Well, fucking.
We all make this wheel turn in life, man. That's the way I look at it.
Look. No, I think that's when somebody dies. My bad. Never mind.
Yeah.
I took that too far. My bad.
No, that's all good.
I tend to do that, you know, and sometimes I get weird.
Well, okay? Jack, the reason why I wanted to ask you, man, is not just military, but have you experienced friends or close circles experiencing self-deletion within the last few years? I know it's a dark note, but it is a part of life that we're going through now, and I don't know if you've experienced that.
I have had a few. No one directly to me, but yeah, unfortunately, yes.
it just makes life a little bit harder to deal
Yeah,
with.
it's one of those things where I've never had anybody really close to me. Oh, real quick, Cam or Aaron, you guys play rock, paper, scissors, shoot real quick because I'm gonna boot one of you off. Whoever wins.
I can boot off. I gotta head to bed.
You sure you don't just want to play rock, paper? Nobody ever wants to do it. All right.
You know what?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hey, thanks for coming on, Cam. I appreciate you. We'll see you. I'll see you soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the whole like self-deletion deal, it's kind of one of those things, man, where like unfortunately shit looks like it's getting so tough for people, and some people have such a low I don't know if it's people in their life telling them that they're not worth shit, or like I really don't know. But for you to have such a low thought of yourself to do that, I think that's the main thing. Because I have this thing where when anybody tells me they're going through something or their friends going through something or anything of that nature, I always go 27 years old. I always say that because for some reason around that 27-year-old mark, people fucking, including myself, man, I noticed it with every single one of my friends. And even like I said, I work with younger people. So, you know, I see it. I'm seeing it in person. And for some reason, this 27-year-old mark, it fucks with people. And then also, I feel like even older people do it too. I understand that. But I feel like when it comes to younger people, I really just can't even understand it. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around it because I've thought about it before. Like, man, maybe I'll just get out of here. But then it's like, why would I do that? Like, what's the point? Like, I'm gonna get my wish. Like you're gonna get your wish eventually. You know, we're all gonna be out of here eventually. So it's kind of like, why not just see where this ride takes us, even if it's a shitty ride right now? Maybe the ride takes a corner and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Life ain't meant to be easy.
No, nothing's easy.
No.
I mean, and anyways, I think it's a big thing, and it really sucks. But I'm gonna be real with you. I think the expectations and just having to survive, like if you grow up in a third world country, there's probably less 86 in yourself rates out there. Let's be realistic, probably, because you're not fucking. You don't have this expectations on you out there. It's more like your expectations are like, let's survive. We got to build this fucking house over here. Let's all get together. Where, no one's really, the pressure isn't on you. Like here, it's kind of like people are worried about fucking paying their bills and fucking keeping their jobs. Like we just had a guy on here earlier from Brooklyn. Homie lost his job and his wife lost his job back to back. Like they're probably stressing the fuck out, What are they supposed to? What are you gonna do? Call your landlord? What is your landlord just gonna go? You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Okay, Papa's gonna handle it. People ain't doing that shit, and that's why I always preach. Like, make sure if you have to. I hope you got some fucking family. If you need to, suck up your pride. I've lived with friends. I've lived on one of my friend Elon. Bless his fucking soul. He might be watching right now. Elon, I love you if you're watching.
Hey man, couch surfing.
He's hold me down before. I've had friends hold me down, not even charge me a dime, nothing, and help me out. Thank God I had wonderful parents. I know my dad got a bit nuts later in life, but like he was a great dude. He held me down. My mom held me down. Family. Like that's why I'm always sitting here being like, dude, don't be embarrassed to live at home. Like if you got to, man. You should be grateful you got somewhere to go.
It's called gratitude attitude, man.
Yeah, we got a joke about one of my friends. He starts like crying about life, and me and my other boy, we both don't have any parents. I mean, my dad's alive, but you know what I mean. There's nobody there backup because he doesn't have it either. And we got this joke when he starts crying about life. We go, "Oh, both my parents are alive. They have a very good house and retirement fund." So, but it's a different perspective. You know what I mean? He's stressing about what everybody else stresses about. How am I going to fucking survive and make money? It's fucking crazy. Like it is. It fucking is. It's nuts. And it's not your planets on here. I don't know if I can unmute him. He might have to unmute himself. The money, the man made of money, the myth, the legend, from another realm. Can you hear me, brother?
Can you hear me?
Wait, I might have to turn you up a little bit. Hold on. Oh, nope, I muted him. My bad. Hold on.
Hello?
I'm coming back. Hold on. I'm going to turn your mic up a little bit. Hold on. I got the power. I think I do.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay.
Are you whispering right now?
No, I'm talking straight into the mic right now.
Dude, thank you so much, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
Bless your soul, dude. Like, so I'm assuming you do very well for yourself. Why don't you go ahead and tell us where you're from and what you do for a living, brother?
I'm from the beautiful state of Georgia.
Okay.
And
peaches, baby.
I work in cybersecurity, network security engineering.
Oh, so you got that internet money.
Excellent.
He's got internet money, guys.
Yeah.
Take notes, okay? He's got cyber. Dude, I knew. I figured it was tech. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just making shit up. I wasn't sure. I was like, I don't know what this guy's doing, but he is just feeling generous tonight. I mean, dude, seriously, it's like.
I mean,
I can't even say thank
I
you.
enjoy your videos, you know. So it's like me and my wife, we watch, you know, downstairs we watch the thing. It's like we have a good time watching your videos. So it's like that's how I found you, just like by chance and everything. So it's, you know, so we watch your videos and everything, and I was like, you know, of course I done had a bit to drink tonight, so it's like this guy's live. Let me go up here, let me go upstairs and watch this thing, you know. So that's why had a little fun game with the chat, and it's like, oh, you type ones in the chat. We're gonna donate to your boy. So,
well, dude, I really though, I'm be real with you. That's like, you give and you shall receive, man. Like, that's. I just fucking thank you 1,000 times. And you know what's funny? You said you and your wife watch. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram, a lot in the comments too, of couples like to watch my videos together, and I'm like, that's so crazy to me because like. I think I've only had. Well, my one friend, we've watched a bunch of stuff together, so I can't really say it's never watched YouTube videos with somebody else by me. But it's just funny that like a married couple or boyfriend girlfriend will like sit there and watch my shit. I'm like, oh, they must be very good for each other because I can go all the way. So I just want to say thank you. And real quick, Mark, I'm so sorry, brother. You've been so patient here. Mark, where are you hailing from, brother? Mark, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mark Vaughn, is that you?
He's lagging.
I think he's lagging.
A little bit of lagging there.
I feel bad for Mark here, dude. You've just been sitting here patiently. I'm over here talking to everybody else, and it's just like no appreciation for you. What's going on? Where are you hailing from, brother?
Oh man, I'm from the great Tennessees, bro. Tennessee.
Okay, me and my boy Taco were just we were just in Knoxville, man. That's cool, man. We're about
Hey man, I'm like 80 miles from Knoxville. So right down the street from old Knoxville. Knoxville's kind of sketchy place, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, you know what? There's like the fine line like everywhere else. You kind of like, you know, on the other side, you know, over here is, you know, over there's a little be careful. Over here's, you know. Yeah, so I can't remember exactly where I was staying, but we were in the very you don't need to lock your doors area. So we're pretty chill.
You know
what? It was
pretty
nice.
There's a lot of the countryside where people believe in like leaving their keys inside of their car. But like if you enter their house, you're gonna probably get peppered.
Yeah, you might die.
What I'm saying.
I'm picking it up. Okay.
This is how it is here, man. Hey man, I love talking to you on Instagram, bro. Love it. I shaved recently, so I may not look like my Instagram photo.
Okay, no, that's cool, man. It's cool. What's your Insta name? Just so I'm
my Insta name is Mark Von Mears.
Oh man, my boy, dude.
Yeah, I've been talking to you about the money stuff.
I know. Yeah, we've been going down some rabbit holes, man. That's some good videos.
I know, dude. Conspiracy rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, we've been going down.
I saw you on here, and I'm like, I gotta join. I gotta join.
Yeah, I appreciate you hopping in.
Laptop and got serious.
Hell yeah, Mark. What are you doing for work again, if you don't mind?
I'm just a forklift driver at this place called Cummins.
Okay. Hey, man.
All I do. I'm just a forklift driver.
Hey, we need. Ain't no shame, baby. We need that shit. I almost did that, but I didn't get my certificate, so I just skipped out on it. But that was when I was younger. But I remember being
still
like,
worth it to get your certificate. I mean,
I remember being like, it was
money.
like, Yeah, they were gonna pay me like 22 an hour. This is when I was younger, and I was like, 22 an hour. Like I was like, what? I was like, but I did go through with the certificate, and I was like, I don't want to break anything, so I just kind of didn't do it. But that's cool. I mean, you can still make good money doing that shit. This ain't no shame.
Pretty, I mean, pretty decent money,
Yeah.
driving with, they call them trucks at my job.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call them trucks, or tow motors is an old country, how country people, we're down here in the South, so that's just how we sound stuff. But make pretty decent money. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, you know what? It's all good. Appreciate you. Real quick, we're gonna get over to Aussie Pete. I see you. We're gonna get to you in a moment, brother. Hey, LJ, you there, brother? Smack the wall.
Yeah, what's good, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, brother. Everybody, this is I guess it's just a abbreviation of your name. This is LJ from Smack on the Wall.
That's right.
He's a very cool gentleman from Southern California. He is living the dream, as they would call it.
Absolutely. Man, it's still summer over here, guys. You wouldn't believe it down at the beach. The girls are still rollerblading. The sun is still out.
That's what I'm talking about. LJ, you want to give everybody a little lowdown of what you do for your line of work besides your YouTube channel, which is pretty successful?
Yeah, so I do the YouTube channel on the side a little bit, but I own a sandblasting business. We sandblast wood products that go inside pretty much reptile cages and used for animals, sometimes for florists and stuff. And then I breed snakes for a living too. So sort of like endangered species, rare genetics animals. All those businesses make me six figures in my sleep somehow, luckily enough, after years of dedication. So, it's interesting to pick your lane, but there's always a way to figure it out. Recently, I wanted to make my mom rent free, so I decided to get a ranch house out here in San Diego, about an hour from the beach. And we started parking RVs, trailers, and boats on there for between like 200 and 500 each. And we boarded a couple horses. So, the totality of that new business, just renting out storage spots, has paid for the entire ranch house and my beach apartment. So in this crazy economy, thinking outside the box, we figured out ways to cover rent in the most expensive neighborhood in the nation. So
yeah, that's genius, man. I know this old guy George lives pretty close to me. He's in his 90s. I don't know how, I can't remember how I became friends with this guy, but he does that on his property. He's got like 15 different people renting out slots on his big property. And he was telling me, he's like, I live for free. He's like, I have a pension. He's like, he's from the old school. He's 95. And 95. He's got a pension and he's just collecting this money, but he also likes helping people. So like, I was talking with him one time and he was like, I was on his property doing a deal. I used to buy stuff from him. And I was like, and he goes, see that guy over there? He's on hard times. I'm letting him slide for a couple months. He's like, I'll be all right. I'm worried about him though. I'm like, yeah. He's like, this guy's chilling. He's, towards the end of his life, he's just like, I don't even need the money, but he's gotta have some fun with it. Anyway, speaking of my boy Elon, this is him. I thought he might be watching. Thanks for the $10. And thanks for everything you've done for me. Thanks for towing the Cadillac last week. I appreciate that. The caddy broke down. Elon swooped up on me, picked me up, and
always got your back. You always need a brother that got your back.
He held my hand and he walked me through it. It was a bit inappropriate, but I appreciate him. Yeah, Elon's one of those dudes where it's like you want that guy on your side. You know what I mean? He could fix your car. He could tow anything. Watch out. Don't bring your girlfriend around him. He might take her too. But he's like that though. And he's nasty on a skateboard too. That's my boy.
I like that skateboarding video.
Yeah, man. Elon was better than me for sure. That guy would like send it down huge shit. I was like, I don't have the balls like that. But anyways, let's get over to Aussie Pete real quick. Got you sitting there in the corner all silent. What's going on, brother? You hailing from Australia, I assume?
Hey, Jack. Yeah, that's right, mate. I'm from Australia. I got my two favorite YouTubers
the Australian
on the stream.
I love the Australian.
Okay, Pete.
Yeah, good. So I thought I'd jump in and share my thanks to both of you guys.
Of course, man. Of course. So how's Australia right now? What do you, if you don't mind me asking, I always do this. What are you doing for work and what part of Australia in?
Yeah, so I'm from Queensland, Brisbane City, Australia.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Yes, it's 10:30 a.m. on Monday morning.
Oh, wow.
My time.
Nice.
That's a big difference.
Yeah,
but it's a Good time to jump on for me anyway, though.
Yeah, it's 7:30 at night here for me in Florida here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm gonna be going to sleep, and you're gonna be getting your day going, hanging out. Yeah, that's awesome. So that's cool. So you're familiar with LJ Smack on the Walls channel here too, huh?
Yeah. Good positive notes at the end. I like that.
Yeah, I told him the same thing. I told him that's the only reason I even subscribed to him in the beginning, because I'm aware of most people in this space, but if it's a bunch of the typical shit that they spiel, I'm just like, yeah, good video, but it's just I kind of want to hear more of a realistic standpoint from it. I don't want to feel like somebody's putting on like they got a script written for me or something.
Yeah,
there's enough TV.
I think that's needed more in the world is the brotherhood, helping the guys out.
Oh, absolutely, man. We gotta, and like LJ was saying that too, because we were talking about having friends where it's like I can't be any more motivating to help you out here. Like I'm trying my best to like fucking help you out, and you could, but hey, but like you said, brotherhood, like I'm gonna still be there for you, like I'm still gonna try, and I'm just gonna hope you're gonna be there for me too, just like my boy Elon. I might not talk to him for a month straight. He could hit me up. He could be stuck 3 hours away, and if he needed me, I'll be there.
Those are the good friends, though.
Yeah, it's like I'll be there, like whatever. I'm gonna do my best to help you out. I might not be able to tow your car out of the fucking yard, but I will go get a tow truck. I will find somebody. You know what I mean? I will do it. I'll figure it the fuck out. So, anyways,
I think we all have people
what's up, Mark?
like that in our life.
You need it.
Like we all have people in our lives, like you don't talk to them unless it's like in a blue moon. But if you need them, they're there and they got you. I think we all need to have people like that in our lives.
Oh, absolutely.
Take care of your people, man. I got friends that are 20 years or longer, and we always been there. So you just got to keep nurturing that and always take care of people. They always give you enough rope to hang yourself. Never hang yourself.
Damn right. I like that one. That's good. Yeah, man. I mean, and I always make this joke on the dating videos that I do, where it's like, if you can't maintain a friendship, good fucking luck adding sex into the equation. Good luck, and it's the truth. It's the truth. Like I've only dated, pretty good at picking girlfriends. I've only dated one girl who I noticed pretty fast that she couldn't maintain her friendships or didn't have any. And all the other ones are basically married now with kids, and they were good picks, but they just weren't for me. The other guys looked better, taller, nicer asses, but whatever. I'm just kidding. I got a good one right now.
Hey, what do you do out there in Australia, Pete?
What do I do? I work in public administration. It sounds a bit boring, I know, but I
break it down to us.
I help manage the state's risk to mining rehabilitation. That is companies not making good and rehabilitating the land after extracting the resources and whatnot.
Huh.
So it's a good cause.
I mean, hey, if you get paid, if it's paying your bills and keeping you, getting you ahead in life, then fuck it. That's all a lot of people can really ask for nowadays.
Yeah, that's it. Keeps the roof over your head.
No, yeah. I mean, I'm doing like I say, I'm working a job right now I don't necessarily want to do. I don't want to be here with you fucking jamokes on this stream right now. I have to be here. No, I'm kidding. No, my job fucking, I took a downgrade from bartending. For all of you guys asking me where I bartend at, I'm not bartending there because they don't make shit as bartenders. I went to the waiter section because that's where they make more money, and I work less so I could focus more on what I really want to do. And but I still go there. Like technically I could quit at this point, but honestly it'd be stupid. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make the extra $3,000-4,000 a month there, and then I'm gonna make the YouTube money. And as long as this guy right here, where is he? Oh, I lost his comment. It won't let me pin it. Hold on. God, it's gonna butcher the joke now. This is bullshit. And as long as this guy keeps showing up every Sunday night, I'm gonna be good. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna keep doing this job for a while until I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I think there's enough money and this is looking good, and I'm gonna be smart about it, because I know I got a couple different people in my ear being like, bro, just quit that shit, go all in, and I'm like,
no shame in monkey branching.
I agree with them, but I'm also like, dude, just relax. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just thug it out. I'm gonna work this other job, and I'm not gonna lie, it actually motivates me even more when you go to work. And like, I like my other job. I don't love it, but it's not the worst. I get to talk to new people. Usually, it's a good time. But when I have a bad night, I just immediately go, oh, I'm going double time this week, baby. Like I'm going nuts with the videos this week. Like I'm going extra, So it actually kind of pushes me even more. So it's kind of a good thing.
So, Jackie, you got an end goal for where you want to get, like
yeah. So basically, over everything, when people like reach out to me and stuff, at the end of the day, I'm just a funny guy. I'm a comedian, if you would, right? So
no, I mean like end goal, like I'll be grinding away. What I want to do is build up enough so I can get a nice caravan and then tour Australia with my Jeep and
okay,
check out the countryside and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, that sounds awesome, dude. That sounds like a good time. Well, my end goal is build this up and build all my other social medias up to the point where I can book shows and do stand-up. But also do this. Like, I'm not just going to abandon this, but I want to get to the point where I'm able to be in that realm of like, oh, do you know this comedian or this YouTuber, whatever the fuck, video maker guy, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter to me. But like, I want to get to the point where I am some kind of a underground household name, if you would, where it's like I could go book shows. Like, that's my goal.
You need to talk to Sam Tripoli so bad.
Yeah. No. I watched some of his shit recently. I actually listened to his interview with on the What the Fuck podcast with Mark Maron. That guy goes down some rabbit holes himself, boy. He's he's a funny guy. But like, that's my goal though. That's my end goal.
Hey, what about the comment that asked you if you're gonna go on Kill Tony?
Yeah, I just might. I might, like, once I'm gonna work this season at my season in my restaurant, and when that's done, if things go accordingly in a perfect world, I will be at a full-time level with the videos, and between the Patreon, the videos, and I'm gonna figure out. My goal is I need like 5 sources of income, not just this. So that's why I'm saying the shows, stuff like that, where I can start, where it's not just internet money. Now it's like we're in real life money here. Now we're outside doing it. And it'll get there. It's just going to take time, and I'm going to just keep having to show up and enjoy the ride. But that's my end goal. I don't really care to be in TV or movies, but if somebody was like, if Adam Sandler hit me up and was like, hey, we want to do a small role in this movie, I'd be like, sure, I'll come. Can I ad-lib a little bit? Can I improvise? Like, what's the rules, But like, that's not my goal though. I don't care. That's not my end goal. My end goal is to be able to just be a comedian and do stand-up and also make what I want to make on this. And once I start doing some stand-up, I'm going to start posting some stand-up stuff, but probably won't post it to YouTube though. I'll probably just post it to Instagram, unless I get a long set where I'm like, oh, this was like a killer 5 minutes, then I'll put it up, for you guys to see. And but that's my end goal. There you go.
All right.
Yeah. Cat's out of the bag.
I gotta head out.
All right, brother.
Later, Thanks for having me on.
See you,
no problem, man. Peace.
Hey, Pete. I work with some of those Australian species of pythons, like Woma pythons and black-headed pythons. You ever see any of those out there, or what?
No. People think you have kangaroos jumping through the backyard and all this sort of stuff.
We do think
it's
that.
Not
yeah,
quite
we thought
like
that.
that.
We really do.
There's a golf course a couple of suburbs away, and there's kangaroos jumping through the golf course.
Oh yeah.
I do have to say, just living in Tennessee, I know we have deer, but has anybody ever thought like deer or like a hybrid of like bunnies, but like mixed with
And a
deer.
kangaroo?
Kind of like kangaroos in a way, like
a kangaroo
kinda.
bunny, kinda in a,
Like a kangaroo bunny, like basically.
One more hit.
Yeah, kinda. You know, I could see that. You know what's crazy? I just went on a road trip. Thanks for everybody with the hope you had a good vacation comments. I did. Great time. But driving up, I drove from the bottom of this, basically for anybody outside the country, I drove all the way up the United States from the very bottom. And I saw probably, I'd say about 15 dead deer on the side of the road. I was like, damn, I got to keep my eyes peeled out here. Yanina says jackalope. Damn right.
Hey,
yeah.
I took a drive up the coast and it was quite north. And yeah, almost ran over it as a red-bellied black snake.
Oh yeah, real quick.
We
Hey,
got
LJ,
some pretty serious animals down here. Sorry, Jeff.
LJ, why don't you let the people know, just because it's pretty mind-blowing, how much you can sell particular snakes for? Like, you don't need to say the names of them, but like how much one
we
snake
sell snakes for $5 to $10 grand. Like when I'm trying to buy snakes, I had to buy snakes in the last like month, and I just bought them for $5 grand. So it's like they do sell for that price.
Yeah, I know.
Grand.
Well, we were talking about me and LJ were talking about that. Is like you could tell one person an idea, and they're like, "That's genius, do it," you know. But like, imagine LJ telling somebody, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna start up a reptile business where I sell snakes," and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, good luck with that." But like in reality, though, like most people are going to say that. So it's kind of like you're getting into this niche market, but really it's fucking kind of genius. I remember he was telling me this and I'm like, $5,000? I was like, it makes all the
There's
sense
hard
in the
ones
world.
and there's easy ones. I'll say that. Red tail boas are pretty hard to breed and they're kind of finicky health wise. But one of my red tail boas this year, an all black snake, we call them black devils. It's INTRDRs, and they're all black 100%, and then they shine like an iridescence in the sun. They sell for about $3,000 each, and she had 18, which is a small amount. It's about 50 grand worth of snakes, you know. So one
Jesus
animal.
Christ. Yeah, it's just wild though, because my brain works in a sense where like someone tells me that, and I'm like, yeah, that's smart, you know. But like, yeah, it's crazy because when Pete asked me what my end goal was, is like, you know, most people get it when I tell them, but dude, like a lot of my family, like aunts and uncles and shit, like they can't even fathom what I'm doing here. You know what I mean? Like they don't get it. You know, I guess it's just going to get at the point where it's like I'm literally booking a venue and like 200 people show up. Then I think it'll be like, oh yeah, no, that's smart. You know, kind of like.
Then they'll be like, oh, where's the free tickets?
yeah, which is fine. I love you guys. Come on down, you know, but.
Yeah, they're short of the revenue page.
Yeah, exactly. Which, you know, or I'll just have them
I'll
come
be real with
here.
you. I still don't believe it. When they send me the check or the direct deposit, I still don't believe it.
Yeah, no, when
it's unreal.
It's surreal. It's surreal.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It really is, honestly.
It is, because somebody recently.
The reward, though, isn't it? Dealing
yeah,
with snakes, not the easiest
that's
job.
what life is about. Life is about the pursuit and the reward, and feeling like you have purpose and feeling like you made it. And each level, you just gain more confidence, and it becomes more and more fun. You know, a lot of people interpret the opportunity as a burden, and it really just isn't. And when you can switch your perspective in that simple way, then you can begin to see the opportunities and take advantage of them and have fun with it. And that's before everyone's life. It's a decision to be made. So
yeah,
I encourage you guys to look at it that way.
Yeah, like for instance,
dude,
like,
I absolutely agree.
Right on, thanks, man.
Yeah, my best friend, like I forgot to tell the story earlier, but like he's kind of in a down place right now in life, even though in my eyes he's doing the best he's ever done. He's just basing things off money. But he's doing the best he's ever done when it comes to not drinking every day, not smoking weed every day. You know, like in my eyes, I'm like, bro, you're getting ahead right now. You're doing great. But he's basing his life off money. And, you know, and I told him, I said, look, why don't you do this? Because I know you want to do this. You've been helping me out this whole time, the past fucking 15 years I've known you. You've been a part of everything I've ever done. I just said, look, why don't you come on and you're going to work for free, just like most people do in this business that I'm in. You're going to work for free for a while, and you're going to be right here by me on the lives, and you're going to handle this comment section that I can't handle while I'm talking to these people. And you're going to highlight people's stuff like this when you see a good comment. And you're going to handle the things when somebody donates money. You're going to handle that. And then if you want, you chime in because you're a funny guy and you're a cool dude. And people like you in the real world. And they're going to like you here. So, but the thing is I'm like, you're going to do this for free. But eventually, when we get to a certain level, I'm not greedy. You know, I've had an employee in my life before. I understand. Like, I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to have to hire somebody way down the road whenever it hits. And I'd rather it be this guy, you know, but we'll see how life takes it. But we'll see if he does it. You guys will know because he'll be sitting right here. You know, he's not going to be the main staple, but that's my guy, you know, and I'm like, dude, look, like, for instance, all these fucking donations tonight, like a criminal amount. It was like, how many donations? Well, it was like so much. I can't even, I was like, I'm going to freak out. I got like 300. That's
I tried to make it a grand, but they limited me, so I can't donate
God
anymore.
bless, man. Thanks so much. That's nice of you, man.
No, dude, like, seriously, unreal. What's your actual name, just so I can remember you forever?
My name is Josh.
Josh, yeah. I love you, my main
Way
man.
to go, Josh. Thanks, man.
But like, my point is what I was telling him was I can't pay you up at first. But if this is happening all the time, and I don't expect this to happen all the time, but when it gets to a level where there's so many people in there donating, if we're making a grand a stream, I don't mind. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm going to need somebody anyways. And then I could have him editing my reels for Instagram, which I don't want to do. I don't want to edit them. I just don't. And I know it sounds kind of lazy, but you know, when I make these videos, it takes me quite a while. Like, I'm kind of done with it after 5 hours. I'm kind of like, I did my job. I'm done, you know, but that's like something where a lot of people, are they going to show up and work for free for a while? Are they going to come in?
So is that it? About 5 hours for a 10, 20-minute clip?
It depends. It depends. Sometimes it'll take me, well, you got to think about it. These clips don't just fall. Well, sometimes they do. You guys send me on Instagram. But like, a lot of these clips don't just fall in my lap, and I'm pretty picky with what I'm picking. So if you equate all the times, all the stuff I do and watch and go throughout the weeks, and I save things as I'm going, I don't just sit there and go, I need all this. It's like, nah, I save it over time, and then I'm ready to go with a bunch of stuff. So like, if you do all of that, then I set it all up in an editing system, right? Which takes me the most time with your guys' comments, because I like to include you guys in the vids, and it's good content that way. So between all of that, just setting that up is the bulk of my work. Then I film it, and I just do one take, but then I got to watch it back. And then I got to resize every single clip in there because they come out to different sizes, and I resize it all and I make sure it's good. Then I export it.
I was going to say, Jack, that's the reason why I love watching you, because I used to do podcasting. I used to have a podcast years ago. But I noticed when you do your content, I can tell it's in one take, and I love that. I love that, because a lot of people don't do that. It's a lot of editing, jump cuts.
It takes time. Yeah. So I kind of premeditate it. I mean, I know where I'm going with it. I know some of the points I'm going to make, and a lot of it's just improvising, but I know where I'm going, and I know the point of the video. But like, just setting it up takes the most time. Then when you're done with that, you film it, you export the video. Exporting takes 30, 40 minutes. Then it's done. Then I got to make the thumbnail. Sometimes I make the picture ahead of time, but sometimes I make the thumbnail 3, 4, 5 fucking times. You know, and then and then by the time you're all said and done, you're looking at like 4 hours minimum for one video. Minimum.
9 minutes after it's loaded up, you realize you fucked it up and have to go back and do the whole thing, export it all over again.
Not the video.
Audio.
Yep. Not the video I posted. Not the video I posted today, but the video I posted yesterday. Fucking dude, I'm not kidding you. I filmed the whole thing. Go to watch it back. Camera cut out after 2 minutes of filming. So I just did this whole fucking thing. It was a long video.
That's when you really broke something.
It wasn't short. So then I go back. I do it again. Happens a fucking again. So now I go. Yeah, so now I just like chilled out, waited a couple hours, let my camera cool off. I came back and I filmed everything in 5-minute increments, which I hate doing. But that took even longer. So now my 4-hour day turned into a fucking regular work day for most people. So I can't bitch about it. But yeah, but that's how I do my vids. If I were to just sit here, drive around in my car and just talk, the video would take me 20 minutes, but it's not what I'm doing. I guess I could do more of those. I don't know. I have to give it a go because I used to do a lot of those.
It comes out in the results, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You've got the quality product at the end, and that's where you're blowing up.
Yeah, I try it. I like to keep it because I like those kind of videos. So I'm like, let me do that, and I'm just gonna do my own thing on it. And I'm like, I'm just having fun with it. People seem to like it, and quality though is the best. Thanks, Dustin. I appreciate you. We've been boys for years, internet friends. He's up in Canada. He used to follow me back when I would do like little skits on Instagram. I'd like dress up as a rapper or something. I'd go crazy. Yeah, hey, I got some wild shit.
I gotta say, I think that Pete might have a YouTube channel on his hands with the traveling around in the Jeep.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Man,
you got YouTube channel on your hands, Pete.
Yeah, that's an idea for sure. There's enough of them out there.
I have to ask a question.
That's what they say, though. If you see it and it's working, then do it too. Don't feel like it's saturated. Do it too.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. What were you saying, Mark?
I just had to know because I own a Wrangler. I actually own a '94 Wrangler YJ. Is the Jeep Wave a universal thing, or is that just an American thing?
No, man, that's for real. That's out here.
For sure. I believe it.
Like,
that's
totally,
the real
like the
Outback.
Like, wait, really?
Yeah. No, I got a JK Wrangler 4-door.
Oh, nice.
Really
I like the JKs myself.
Well, dude, you got to think about
I
it.
like no YJ.
The Outback, that's Australia, man. That's the real deal. Like it's got to be. Real quick, Alberto, he was saying he noticed this Baker 3 skate video for anybody who skates out there. This is like hands down the best skateboard video ever. Even if you didn't skateboard, you would enjoy this video because they didn't just this video is where I stole my font from, like that I use on my thumbnails. This isn't their actual font, but like the way they do their board graphics, I stole their font from my thumbnails because it's just such a crispy, clean look. I remember looking at it one day just going, I'm going to do that. I'm going to steal that. But like this video is probably the most entertaining skate video there ever was, like that I've ever seen. They just included all the nonsense that goes on. And like, let's say it was almost like a fucking, like a frat house, but more biker style. And they were filming everything, including the skateboarding. And they just put it together in this beautiful thing. So this guy was bringing that up. If anybody ever saw that in the background, that's what that is. So it's not a gnarly skate video too. Like you check that shit out. It's funny. There's just funny guys who are really good at skateboarding. So yeah, appreciate the $5 too, by the way. I don't want to let that go unseen here. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, real quick. I don't know if that guy's still in the chat, but we're going to go ahead and start winding this down. But I'm going to finish up with the story I said I was going to say. So a guy earlier wanted to know about when I got a felony for selling weed. So basically what happened was when I was 16, the chick I was dating at the time, her grandmother was like the weed kingpin in this trailer park, but she sold back in the day. She sold what we would call regs, or you would call it
regs.
You would, or in California you would call it stress. So shitty weed. But she was like the plug for this stuff. And back then, I'm 34, so way back at the time, people were actually buying this stuff, and there was actually a big market for it. It was actually kind of difficult to get really good weed back then. So my girlfriend's grandmother, when I first met her, she was just smoking a joint on the couch. And that's how I got introduced to this girl's grandma. And after about a month or two of really getting to know her, and she really liked me, she was just, I one day accidentally went out back, and she had this huge garden, and I noticed she was growing weed. And then another time I fucked up and I went into this closet that I wasn't supposed to go into, and I noticed she just had pounds. I'm talking bricks that were like pressed bricks of like to the fucking top of this closet. So anyways, long story, even longer, she ends up putting me on and giving me a bunch of weed. So I start selling for her. And then eventually, by the time I was like 18 or 19, I met this new guy who had like the hookup for, you know, the quality shit, the kush, you know, the good.
Bro.
And then when I found that guy, there was about a good 2-year run where it was like, I wasn't making crazy money. I was probably making $1,000 a week profit on a great week, 1,500 a week profit. And I still had a job. So I was doing really well for like a 19, 20-year-old kid. But eventually I got roped up, and I had like a sting operation happen, but it was a very odd sting operation. Listen to this shit, horse shit. We're going to end on this note. So apparently some guy came to my house and bought an ounce of weed from me, which back then I was selling them for around $300, $275 if you were going to buy a bunch of them, but $300. Yeah, and I would get them for $200. I had the hookup, so I was making $100 per swap, 100 profit. I had a really good connection. Let's put it that way. So this guy, and he buys it, and apparently there was 2 dudes, but the reason why I don't remember is because I didn't get arrested until 2.5 months later. I woke up one day and there was three cops at my door. And this is how intimidating I was back then. They sent 3 lady cops to pick me up with a warrant. That's how intimidating I was. I was like, really? Like, okay. So here's the funny thing though. So I was living with my mom at the time. I was just about to turn 21. So my mom's like freaking out, and me and my mom are so good with people. My mom goes, do you think, because it was like 8 a.m. My mom's like, do you think he can maybe just brush his teeth before you take him in? You know, it's just this hygiene. And I look at the cops and I go, yeah, I really just gotta, you know, the dentist. And then they're like, go ahead. I'm like, me and my mom are just like, what the fuck? So I go, I brush my teeth. And as I went upstairs to brush my teeth, I had like 2 pounds. No, I didn't have 2 pounds. I probably had like a pound, but I had them all separated, so it seemed like more. So I'm like really trying to hide that, and I had about 8,000 cash, and then I had a few grand in my I don't know why I used to keep money in my glove box, but I had a few grand in my glove box. I was hood rich, Ricky. Yeah. So I'm like making sure the weed's tucked in, and I took the money. I threw the money in my mom's room. And my mom didn't even know I had this kind of money. She didn't even know I sold weed. So I'm sure she might have suspected. But so basically I'm coming back downstairs, and then and so everything's good. My hair was like a real mess. And my mom's like, you think he just fixed his hair? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta, you know, look good for this fucking mugshot. So hold on, I froze 1 second. So anyways, so here it gets even better. So I had just gotten in a skateboard magazine a little bit before that. I have full page, right? Switch kickflip down this gap, right? And so my mom goes, this is the best. She goes, hey, officer, do you think when you're taking him to the car, maybe you could just handcuff him like after he gets in the car? Because the neighborhood kids really look up to him. And she holds up the skateboarding magazine and goes, yeah, that's him right there. And I'm sitting there like, I can't believe I'm walking out to this car right now with a felony and a warrant, and I'm just walking out like nothing. That's how intimidating I was. So anyways, I never found out who actually did it because I would have had to take it to trial. So I basically pled guilty. But luckily for me, I worked part-time at that law firm we were discussing about early in the stream. So I had connections to a very good lawyer. And so he basically got them to go, look, he's got no other priors, all this stuff. And so he convinced them to give me this thing that was only for drug users. Technically, I wasn't supposed to be in there, but this thing was called drug court. And let me tell you, if you're in Florida and you get drug court, I'll pray for you, and I hope you make it, because I think only 2% of people make it out of the program in 1 year. Most of them, it takes them like 3 years or some shit. So basically, check this out. We're going to end on this note. So in order for me to get through this felony probation, luckily I didn't get any time, thank God. But to get through it, it's 5 days a week, And if you fuck up 2 times, you go and you serve whatever sentence you would serve minus however long you've been doing probation. So every Monday was a 3-hour class, 6 at night, 3 hours. Then you needed to do 3 AA meetings a week at a designated place. Okay. Then once a week, probation officer. Okay. Then every other week, about a 4-hour court date every other week. It gets better. Hold on. Then every single day of your life, except for the weekends, you have to call a phone number. And if this phone number is an automated message, if they call your color, they assign everybody a color. My color was white. Okay. If they call the color white, you better show your ass up at this facility by 5 p.m., no later, and you're peeing in a cup. But you're not just peeing in a cup. Somebody's going to look at your dick while you do it, and they're going to go, nice dick. Let it out. Literally. So every day, and it's up to you to call. If you fuck up, your whole and every week, this didn't take a long time, but once a week you had to take your ass to the certain smaller court place, and you had to bring 2 money orders every single week. And you could do that on your own time. But basically every day of my life, trying to hold a job down on top of that, they basically make it impossible for an everyday person to pass this. But, your boy passed it. And I fucking was one of the only people out of like 500 people in this program. It was me and 3 other people who made it out in 1 year.
He's the top 1%.
Yeah. I was, it was like valedictorian, but they called it top dog there. So, anyways, that was my big weed story. And years later, actually, it took me about 3 years. I got it. I think it's called no crossed or no process. I forget exactly what it's called, but it took me like 3 years. But now the felony is off my record. So no, it's underneath that. So basically, the only way they could bring it up to me is if I get charged with something again. That's the only way. But if a cop pulls me over, can't see it. Jobs, can't see it. Anybody looks me up, they can't see it. Or they can't say nothing about it. It's basically void. But if I were to fuck up and catch a charge, they're allowed to use it as a strike against me, because there's a 3-strike policy in Florida. If you get 3 fucking arrests of any kind, it's like mandatory. You're doing some time. So anyways, great talk. I appreciate everybody in here. Josh, fucking most generous man on this planet and whatever other planet you're on, brother. And LJ from Smacking the Wall. If you guys don't know his channel, go give him a check out. He's nailing it with the women hitting the wall videos.
Yeah, thanks,
He's got
LJ.
some good shit.
Appreciate it.
Pete, he's jumping out of here like a kangaroo. Good guy. Mark Vaughn, he's a real one. We chatted up on Insta. He's a cool dude. Real cool cat. And yeah, guys, great talk as always.
Thanks,
see you next time, Jack. Thanks, man.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Great.
I love all you guys. I appreciate
Catch you
everybody.
later, bro.
Seriously. And I'll see you guys later.
See you.
All right.
Later.
See you.
Hell of a stream. Hell of a stream.